there, this is Miss Robin back with you with day 7 and 8 of the 5th grade reading, grammar, and math packet. But I'm going to defer the math to Miss Humphreys. I'm sure she'll be answering those questions. Just wanted to start out with a little review. A noun, of course, is a person, place, or thing. Like toy or boy, those would be common nouns. Proper nouns would be names. A pronoun is a noun that replaces a common noun or a proper noun in a sentence, such as Brenda saw the water, so she knew not to cross the bridge. She would be the pronoun because it replaced the noun Brenda. Verb is an action word like jump or swim or dance. Adjective describes a noun. For instance, pretty girl. Pretty is the adjective that describes the girl. Adverb describes a verb like quickly. Ran quickly. He ran quickly. Quickly describes the verb ran. Preposition shows position, like before or after, under, above. It shows the position. A conjunction, that makes me think of conjoin or conjunction, and it's got junction in it, and that's where two things come together. So when you're talking about words, a conjunction would join two words or phrases. An interjection shows a feeling, like stop or fire. That would show a feeling of excitement. So there's a little review for that page. Moving on to automatopoeia. These are sound words. And so what I did is I found some examples. Sound words are sound words. For instance, like water sounds, bloop, splash, spray, sprinkle. Some vowel sounds might be giggle, growl, grunt, gurgle. If you were running into something, colliding, it might be bam, boom, clang, clank. I think of the old Batman shows, and they would have automatopoeia when Batman and Robin were getting into some sort of situation. So those would also be sound words as well. Air sounds would be like flutter, gasp, swoosh, like when you're playing basketball and the ball goes into the net. So those would be sound words. And then animal sounds like buzz, chirp, chortle, cock-a-doodle-doo. Those also would be examples of automatopoeia. So looking here, it says an automatopoeia, pronounced automatopoeia, is a word that imitates the sound it describes. Choose a word from the word blank to help complete the sentences. So if you're looking at this first one, the bird loved to, and I'm looking for something down here that maybe a bird would do, chirp. The bird loved to chirp a merry tune. So you've even got a word bank over here. Moving ahead. Super spellers. Okay. Now with spelling, there are a lot of rules that go along with spelling. This first one is talking about bossy R sounds, I like to call them, like ARR, or those two letters that say such as IR, UR, ER. So what I suggest here is that you try your best to spell correctly. And then this would be a great opportunity to even practice using an actual dictionary that's in a book, where you would look it up by looking for the first letter, going to the, like if you were going to look up person, going to the P's, and then whatever you feel like is the second letter and R, and see if you can find the correct spelling using the correct dictionary. Or there's all kinds of fun online dictionaries. This one is made for kids by Merriam-Webster. It's called learnersdictionary.com/definition/kid. And when you open up this one, it does give you all of the definitions. Of course, a word could be used differently, right? Like kid could be a noun, a young person, or it could be to kid, a verb, like if you're kidding with somebody, or even an adjective where you're saying my kid brother, like your little brother. But also, this dictionary would show, if you go all the way to the bottom, it also shows, the plural form of that word, which would really help you on this page and one of the pages we're going to talk about in a second. So take this opportunity, if you need some help on this page, to maybe look at a real dictionary if you have one handy. If not, an online dictionary if you can. Okay, there's one of those math pages that I'm sure Ms. Humphries will be able to answer questions on. So I'm going to keep going forward. And some word problems. Okay, now here would be the other page that you could use the online dictionary for. It does tell you, it says taunt, tease, egg on, make fun of. So it does tell you the definition of those, and it asks you to reprint them on the line. So you would just rewrite taunt on the line, or the word that's in bold on the line. But then down at the bottom, it asks you to use your knowledge of those words by looking at the definitions to fill in the blanks of these 3 questions. Okay, now we're going to talk about some reading, and it gives you the song My Country 'Tis of Thee, and it tells you a little bit of history, which I thought was pretty cool. I did not realize that this song was our original national anthem before the Star Spangled Banner became our national anthem in 1931. So I thought this was pretty cool. And then when you read the verses of this song, it talks about all the pride that we have in our country, and it even defines some of the words in the song and a phrase so that you understand the song better. When you get to the questions, of course, this first question talks about context clues to determine the meaning of rapture. And remember, we've talked about context clues. You might want to see if there is a example that's somewhere around the word rapture, or a synonym or an antonym, or even a definition. Or you could use your schema or word parts or an antonym. If I look at this, it says, it talks about my native country, thee, land of the noble free, thy name I love thy rocks and rills, thy woods and templed hills, my heart with rapture fills, like that above. Okay, so it's talking about your heart, and we know that usually, my schema tells me, usually when I'm talking about my heart, I'm talking about love. So it says rapture fills. So I'm thinking that probably has something to do with feelings, love, okay? So that would be a clue using your schema for the number 1. Number 2, why is it unsurprising that the tune of this song is similar to the British national anthem? Now I want you to go back up to the paragraphs at the beginning of the page and think about what it says in this paragraph that would make you think or make you understand why the tune of this song is the same as the British national anthem. And I would underline evidence there to answer your question, because there is certainly evidence in that first paragraph that could help you answer that question. Number 3, why does the author describe My Country 'Tis of Thee as a patriotic song? So think about what the song is doing. You know, what feeling was the author of this song trying to get across to the people listening to the song? So think about that to answer question 3. Number 4 says, the author says, let all that breathe partake in the third verse. What does the author want? Well, go back to the third verse and think about what the author is, what type of feeling the author is trying to get the listener to feel while, singing this. So think about that. Think if you've ever heard the word partake used anywhere else. That could help you as well figure out the answer to that question. Why would the song mention God and protect us by thy might in the 4th verse? So again, this goes back to what these questions are trying to lead you to is, what is the theme of this song? So really thinking about what the author is trying to make you feel in this song and understand the message of the song is going to help you with all of these questions, and especially the last one. Now remember, the title is My Country 'Tis of Thee, and all the way through the song it talks about America, is with pride and love, and describes the great things about America. So think about, what is the author trying to say about America in order to answer both questions 5 and then the theme of the song, would go along with that as well. Now, I said all these questions are really leading you to the theme, and that's what question number 6 is. So what's the message of this song? What is the author of this song trying to make you feel about America? And that takes us up to day 9. So I will come back with you on day 9. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're healthy and you're safe and you're great. Bye-bye.